What I'm about to show you is going to change the way you think about workbenches forever. This is the brand new Ryobi framework workbench, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how to build one, why they're amazing, and so much more. Let's go. So what you're getting in the box, you're getting the framework legs. These feel really robust, and this is advertised as being able to hold up to 1,000 pounds. Honestly, just first impressions, feeling this out of the box, I believe it. These legs are really solid. You're getting 4 mounts, you're getting a Ryobi link rail, and you're getting a Ryobi link container, which of course fits into the rail system. And then of course you're also getting all of your small hardware for assembly. What's awesome about the framework system is you can build out a workstation to meet your exact needs. Now, in the box, we're only getting the hardware, the legs, the mounting supports. So we're gonna have to go to Home Depot to buy some lumber to finish this project. Let's go on a quick shopping spree. We're back in the shop after our Home Depot run, and we've got 1 butcher block, a couple of 2x4s, and some polyurethane. Now, for this build, the only 2 tools that you need is a drill and a circular saw right here. Now, you're gonna see me use a couple of other tools just because I have them in the shop and it's gonna make the process a little bit easier. If you don't have all those tools though, those fancy tools that I'm gonna be using, don't worry about that. Like I said, drill and circular saw is all you need. Assembly for this table is pretty simple. I start by cutting down all of my 2x4s to the length that I need. I took my butcher block tabletop and took a straight edge, cut that in half with my circular saw. If you have a track saw, you can also use it here, but you don't need it. After that, I went ahead and routed the edges of my butcher block, put some polyurethane on top. It's very important to finish the top and the bottom of your butcher block, and then start assembling everything, which is honestly pretty easy because you're getting these little toenail screw slots in the framework legs. So it's pretty much just screwing everything together. I will say that I broke about 2 screws when I was driving them into the 2x4 framing of this table. I would recommend pre-drilling those holes. Honestly, I was just lazy. I was just driving screws and 2 of them did break. So I'd recommend pre-drilling your holes when it comes to the assembly portion. Also, one thing that helped me, and it's in your instruction manual, but if you're like me and don't always read the instructions, I'll just remind you here, don't tighten all of your screws first. Just get a loose fit, make sure everything's fitting together, and then tighten up all your screws at once. That's gonna make assembly of your framework table a breeze. Okay, let me give you kind of a walk around of this framework workbench now that we have everything assembled. Now, I made my dimensions to be about 2 feet by 4 feet. You can do, once again, lots of different variations. You can make up to a 8-foot wide table and a 4-foot deep table. So tons of options, obviously, but this is the way I decided to configure everything. Obviously, you saw that I put all of my link down at the bottom, or a lot of my link stuff, which is great. One of these has quick access to my sandpaper. I've got my link vacuum down there, my slot box down there. It's just great to have a lot of the things that I reach for consistently stored in those link packages right below this workbench. And of course, the top, it's a great working height. If your shop floor is like mine and it's not perfectly level, you can buy some leveling feet that attach directly to these framework legs. I might be investing that in the future. I haven't done that yet. Or if you want this to be a mobile workstation, you can also buy wheels that attach directly to these framework legs. Of course, all that is linked down in the description. Now, earlier I told you that I was going to tell you more about this link rail later. And obviously you can use it to store the container with screws, or you can even, put one of the Ryobi link hooks there. You can do all kind of stuff. But one thing that's really awesome is I'll be using my Ryobi link vacuum right here a lot. If I want to store this right here, I can pull out my hose if I'm ever wanting to clean off my workbench. This reaches all the way to the other side. Get my workbench cleaned up, and then it's good to go. I'm probably not gonna store this vacuum here just because I don't like how it kind of juts out into my walkway, so I'll probably store it below the workbench. But I love the fact that this framework, it comes with the rail so that I can attach my vacuum anytime I want to. My honest thoughts on the framework system is it's really, really cool. And if you're like me, kind of a tool nerd, you love having kind of an ecosystem that all your tools can live in, the Ryobi framework system, it's going to fit right into your link system and just be awesome and cohesive. It's also super strong, the table is. It makes assembling this table really easy. If I was having to build a table like this from scratch, just using all lumber or whatever, this would take me at least a full day. And I went from unboxing this to having this done in about 3 hours. And I was also filming this video. So really, you could probably do this in about an hour, truthfully. It just gives you so many options. It's got great instructions. It's a great, great product, especially at the price point, in my opinion. If you say, you know what, I want to check this out, I want to check out any of the tools you saw in this video, if you want to use the links down in the description, that helps me out and I really appreciate it. Otherwise, check out this video if you want to see some more Ryobi tools. I'll talk about them more here, and I can't wait to see you in this video.